Welcome back to Tennis Channel's coverage of the Baird Wealth Management Open at the Lintner Family Tennis Center, just outside Cincinnati, Ohio. We have reached the semifinals of the mixed doubles pro division. And time once again to see Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright on the court. We began our calling of matches today, Dave Fleming, seeing them finish off their quarterfinal match to take on the team of Jessie, Irvine, and Jade Devilliers. Dave Benz alongside Dave Fleming for a second straight day here on Tennis Channel, and what a setting this has been at the Baird Wealth Management Open. The weather couldn't be more perfect.
It's a beautiful day. It's a grand slam, so there's more points on the line. There's a lot of opportunity here. You want to win this match. You want to punch that ticket to Championship Sunday. Everyone on this court played high-level tennis, so to be where the Western and Southern Tennis Tournament takes place and be playing a semifinal match in this venue, that is huge for these four players that we see on the court warming up.
No question, and these are four players who they all know what it takes to win. They've all played pickleball for quite a while at a very high level, but right now you just feel like this Kovalova and Wright team, that they really kind of have found their footing. I mean, it's been a pleasure to watch, and the ascent has been steady and consistent. And you know, Lucy's always been fantastic, and Matt has been great as well. But I just feel like Matt is playing as good as we've ever seen him play.
Yeah, the play he brought from Utah appears to be here in Ohio, because he was absolutely phenomenal at the Tournament of Champions, the tour stop prior to this one. So this is going to be great. Again, 3 of the 4 players from Wichita and 1 from Southern California here. So what's up, Wichita? You're everywhere this morning.
Wichita's all over it. I'm sure they're dialed in here on Tennis Channel, loving that as well. So there's a look at the team of Kovalova and Wright on the right side of your screen. Irvine and Devilliers on the left side. Jade Devilliers, the native of France. And a quick side out will get it to Kovalova and Wright. So 0-0-1. Wow, that was an impressive defensive return by Irvine, but a better put away by Matt Wright.
Yeah, just the fact she got a paddle on that after it hopped off the tape shows how good her hands are, but set up right for an easy finish.
Point.
And Jade Devilliers gets handcuffed on that quick flick by Matt Wright.
Yeah, so when you're at the kitchen line, you got to have those dinks bounce. If they don't, so many options. And Matt Wright so long reached in there and caught that paddle side hip of Devilliers.
Second serve.
Oh, and Matt Wright was coming to finish what he started, but the long arm of the Lucy got in there with the two-handed backhand, and then I think she sort of pulled out of there after. Like, oh.
Second serve.
You should have better communication. I mean, come on.
Partners on
do these two know each other?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm speaking sarcasm. They are a fantastic combination on the court and off the court. Just a delight to interact with both of them.
And there's Jessie Irvine, has probably the best ATP or around the post in the women's game. And I think Matt thought that one might be going out, but his paddle's already there to defend it.
Point.
And that'll tie it up at 2-2. Irvine and Devilliers got to the semifinals by defeating the team of Catherine Parento and Colin Johns. And they won that in straight games, 11-5, 11-1.
There's our first fist raise of the day from Lucy Kovalova right there. Wright and Kovalova will talk to the other team. They will get the crowd fired up. That's part of what makes them special, and it's part of the whole package they bring to the court every time.
Second serve.
Wow, Kovalova just had a little bit too much on that one.
Yeah, that's a tough ball to flick. She's trying to catch, go past. You can see her practicing that motion, 3 different swings there.
Side out.
And a quick side out. We'll get it back over to Devilliers and Irvine. Jessie Irvine, a native of California originally, and Devilliers
2-2-2
from France.
Great job by Kovalova there. Wright came her way twice and then didn't hit the ball on that one as an example, and then does come get the next one.
Matt Wright, quick hands. He's got power. He's got great anticipation. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's got, of course, that signature lob.
Second serve.
And Jessie Irvine just standing there making it look easy.
2-2-2. Side out.
Side out will send it back over to Irvine and Devilliers.
Little pitcher's duel here in the 4th inning.
Devilliers puts it away.
And that's what you want to do when when you're hitting down and your opponent is hitting up. Go get it and finish it yourself. Don't let that ball get to your partner. Great job by Devilliers there.
Off the net and out. So the point puts Irvine and Devilliers with a 2-point cushion now.
4-2-1.
Great defense by Devilliers, and they're going to finally end this on a foot fault.
So Matt Wright pushed off, so the foot fault isn't always forward. In some cases, it's backwards. Here's going to be a great look at it.
Right,
Yes.
Yeah, there it was. And another point, so Irvine and Devilliers now with this 6-2 advantage.
6-2-1.
Steve Hast was right on it on that foot fault.
Second serve.
And you hear the come on.
We got come-ons, we got grunts, we got
6-2-2.
we got net cam to show you it up close and personal.
That was great. So the side out, we'll get it back to Kovalova and Wright after Irvine and Devilliers opened up this 4-point lead. See if Kovalova and Wright have an answer.
I do like how aggressive Devilliers is playing in the middle of the court here.
Point.
That'll make it 3-6.
3-6-1.
Kovalova and Wright both get up to the kitchen line, but then Lucy hits it into the net.
Yeah, that's a dink that Jessie would love to have back because this is sailing way too high.
And you hear Jessie with some reaction.
Everybody's yelling. We'll get an alley from Jocelyn at some point, or a come on is his favorite non-French exultation.
And then come on right back at you out of Matt Wright.
combined well over 1,100 come-ons here in game number 1.
Yes.
6-3-2.
Nice backhand by Kovalova.
Yeah, that first ball we saw there in the highlight was the one that Devilliers had a chance to do more with it, and Kovalova hung in there and then ends up winning the point.
Nice dig by Lucy, but it's going to go long.
And that's what Jay Devilliers and the other taller, Ernie-intensive players, they take away that straight-ahead dink. Your backhand, his backhand down the line is not available on a dink because you're going to jump and take it, and that set off a beautiful series of events for those two.
That's wide.
And I'm sure on the courts in Wichita, Mr. Wright and Mr. Devilliers have had many exchanges like that in practice. This one just counts on the scoreboard in a Grand Slam on the PPA Tour.
Move us to the second server.
And this is where Irvine and Devilliers need to add to that lead. They are up, but they've been stuck on 6 for a while.
Wow, great firefight, and finally won by Devilliers.
Yeah, that's that aggressiveness I was talking about. I wanted to see more from him there. He took a ball in the forehand, and then a little punch down at the feet. Great finish.
Point.
8-3 now in
Timeout
favor of
called by the
Irvine and
receiver.
Devilliers, and a
Scores
timeout is going to be
8-3.
taken by Kovalova and Wright. So the #1 ranked team in a hole, down 8-3 in game 1. We'll take a quick break. Well, we knew Irvine and Devilliers were going to give Kovalova and Wright all they could handle, but they've had that and then some in this first game, Dave Fleming.
They sure have, and you see, you see the net cam getting a little extra from all the action we've had up at the kitchen line. You see the beautiful video board back there showcasing Cincinnati, Ohio, where we're just a little bit up the road in Mason, Ohio, at this iconic tennis facility. We're on Tennis Channel. You have 4 tennis heroes, but it's all about pickleball today, Dave, and the pickleball level has been significant.
Yeah, Jay Devilliers, who played collegiately at Wichita State, had dreams of playing professional tennis before a severe injury made him decide to play tennis collegiately. And
yeah, he was a practice partner at the U.S. Open for all the top pros, so that's how good he was.
Point.
he has excelled on the pickleball court since making the full-time switch. And you know, part of his full-time switch to pickleball coincided with the pandemic, and I know there was a while he didn't get to go back to his native country of France, and I know that took a little bit of a personal toll on him, but I know that he's relieved now to be able to go back to France. He's become an ambassador for the sport there as part of the French Pickleball Association. I just want to note, Dave Fleming, are we close to a point as Irvine and Devilliers move to the second serve here and have a chance to close out this first game? And that is going to be the side out as it does just land in. I just want to know, we're getting to a point where we're going to see an international tour of some of these top pickleball
someday.
players.
10-3-1.
I think that will definitely come. I think the tennis players
Second serve.
are going to see the opportunity here, and as this grows, get more involved in it. So
10-3-2.
nothing but upside for pickleball. See if the 4 seed can take it on their third game point, they cannot. So 3 opportunities are lost. You don't want to do that against a team as talented as Kovalova and Wright.
No, you definitely don't.
3-10-1.
I guess the only good news is that Kovalova and Wright haven't been able to get anything going when they have had the serve if you're Irvine and Devilliers. The ATP perfectly defended by Wright. And then right back at you, says Lucy.
Double ATP magic on the same point. And it used to be these were just, that's just going to be a winner. But now these guys are so good, they're defending them. And then Lucy's like, I got you.
Second serve.
What a point.
Is that what could spark a fire here for
4-10-2.
Kovalova and Wright? Down 4-10 in game 1.
Side out.
Great hands by Devilliers.
And you saw again, we talked about in the last match, attack the right side of Kovalova will set up the put away. And well done. Let's see if the 4th time's the charm here.
Game point number 4. And that time the ATP is a winner. And so are Irvine and Devilliers in game 1. They take game 1 in pretty impressive fashion. One more look at the finishing point for that game. So the #1 ranked team in the world in a whole going to game 2. Well, let's take a look at the ATP, Mr. Fleming.
Yeah, so a couple things here. When you are in a cross-court dink like Kovalova and Irvine have been in, you don't want to take it too far, as Kovalova does here, because she gives the ATP. And what she did, he defended it on the left side of his body. So she brought that ATP back inside, and that's why Wright was unable to do it, because it ended up on the right side of his body, not the left side where he has the backhand. He couldn't get it over there. So a lot of interesting stuff just within one shot there from Irvine. Very smart adjustment that quick.
Well, and it was interesting watching Irvine. I mean, I guess it's a little bit, you know it's coming, right? But you look at it, you can see she's hunting it. She's waiting for that.
She's the best in the business at it because she's able to slap it so low. The fact that Wright is 50% on defending those is in and of itself impressive.
Wright and Kovalova doing some work to keep that point alive, and then that ball by Devilliers just dies.
Yeah, we talked a lot about deception yesterday, and you saw the big wind-up for Devilliers there, and then he just silky dropper. Beautiful shot.
Go, go, go. 2 bounds. Point.
And the point by Irvine and Devilliers.
It's our first sorry not sorry of
1-0-1.
the morning here, Dave, or the afternoon for those of you on the East Coast.
Second serve.
Irvine trying to hit that one while running backwards. Always tough to pull that off.
Yeah, that's why if your opponent is back, keep them back.
1-0-2.
How about that reaction out of Jessie?
She's caught Matt Wright on the backside a couple times as he's just really leaning in heavy forehand. You see him right there just hunting something, and then almost caught it with his left hand there, which is not legal or extra points.
Side out.
Jessie asking for some help as Matt Wright says it's out. And they confirm, so side out.
0-2-1. Second serve.
You heard Jessie say out, so Jay gets out of the way.
Yeah, and for Kovalova and Wright, they either need to make better third shot drives or get these drops to bounce. Taken out of the air, they're way behind.
Side out.
And Lucy with the misfire there.
And you're trying to keep Devilliers. I've talked about how aggressive he's been in the middle of the court. You're trying to keep him honest by going behind him, but she went too far.
Irvine and Kovalova. Backhand by Lucy, and then a firefight being won by Matt Wright.
Great point, great handle with the two-handed backhand, swinging overhead by Kovalova right there. That is a tough shot.
Especially after Devilliers tried to flip it up with the lob.
Okay.
You can hear Matt. Serve going back over to Kovalova and Wright.
And that's the way he played the entire time. Every forehand he got in Utah, he was speeding it up somewhere at somebody and then screaming, "Come on," afterwards. So that's the formula. They just need to get into that more often.
They've not been able to do much at all when they've had the serve, and that trend continues.
Second serve.
Yeah, and Irvine has been out-dinking Kovalova, and that's a big part of why the scoreboard is what it is.
Kovalova and Wright had a 2-1 lead in game one. So it's 13-1 since in favor of Irvine and Devilliers.
Side out.
You know, people wonder, well, why should I dink middle? You should dink middle a lot because you get the movement of your opponent.
No. Point.
Another point for Irvine and Devilliers.
And an aggressive flying Frenchman is a very good thing if you are cheering for the Irvine and Devilliers side.
Another ATP by Irvine.
And another impressive block by Matt Wright.
That was really, I mean, the fact that he's able to get a paddle on those and then return it the way that he is and get it in, just ridiculous.
He's hitting winners off ATPs that are smoked. So Mother Nature played a role there as Matt Wright could not see the lob. You heard him say, "I can't see it," and just sort of bunted that overhead back in the court, but works out. That is something Devilliers will take note of. Throw it up again if you're in trouble, if they can't see it.
Point.
Kovalova and Wright finally on the scoreboard here, 1-3.
1-3-1. Nope. Point.
And that's wide, so 2-3.
And there's just that little indecision. Devilliers was looking to get a ball, didn't have it, and then Irvine had to find her footwork and just overcompensated.
Devilliers certainly had to earn that point.
Yeah, he had a nice chance in the Ernie, and then it kissed off the tape, and then you heard track coach Matt Wright encouraging Lucy to finish that last 40 and get the ball, but couldn't, and now they get a cheap one.
Well, they'll take it. They'll take all they can get. They haven't had a lot of breaks go their way so far in this match, but now have drawn even at 3 apiece. Kovalova, great job. Oh, Lucy!
Oh, not sure she was out of the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't know if she was either, but they let it play on. It was impressive no matter what,
No
just
doubt.
being able to get that back over.
And I guarantee you Devilliers is thinking that while this point continues.
Side out.
There he is. He's having that conversation with, that is exactly what's happening right there. The fact that he was, there was no doubt in my mind that was churning in his head, and she's got to reestablish both feet, which she clearly did not there. But they
end up winning it
justice
anyway.
prevailed,
Yes.
Dave. So
Ball don't lie,
No.
as they say in the NBA.
exactly, and the pickleball don't lie either in that
Exactly.
case. After a fast 40, the official ball
3-3-2.
of the PPA Tour.
Saw Kovalova thinking maybe she could have went for an Ernie there.
Point.
Yeah, and when she does that, she's not even really wanting the ball every time, but that forces a ball into the
4-3-2.
right side of the court and in the middle, and maybe sets up one of those blistering forehands. So she'd certainly take it if given the ball, but it's also strategic.
Devilliers gets handcuffed. So Kovalova and Wright force the side out. We'll get the serve back.
3-4-1.
Sure, the Devilliers family is happy to see Jocelyn get pegged from net cam.
There's the patented Matt Wright lob.
Point.
Hadn't seen too many of those in this match prior to that one.
No, perfectly executed, and then you can see you push your opponents off the line. You're thinking,
4-4-1.
how is he able to do this so effectively? It's because it's disguised well. It looks similar to his other shots, and he can get it over the big Frenchman.
Point.
So Kovalova and Wright, for the first time in game 2, have a lead.
And now you see Kovalova winning those cross-court dink battles, and it was her that was able to finish. And then,
5-4-1.
of course, she got to come on in there.
Second serve.
Just ridiculously good first volley from Irvine off her shoe tops to set that up. I mean, this right here is a tough ball. Great finish.
And it all set up.
5-4-2.
Kovalova having to put it in a spot where Devilliers could do that. Winner of this one will move on to the final on Sunday, on Championship Sunday. I don't think that's legal, Jay.
Are we watching handball or pickleball? So,
Well, he did play a lot of handball growing up.
so you see the quickness there, but that's the keeping him honest if he wants to get in there. Beautiful deception by Kovalova inside out on that shot, and now they've stretched out to a 2-point lead. And
6-4-2.
again, Kovalova winning this cross-court exchange.
Side out.
Side out, though, gets it back to Irvine and Devilliers.
And Jay shaking his head.
4-6-1.
No more of that.
Matt Wright
Second serve.
exerts his will. Moves to second server, 4-6-2.
4-6-2.
Devilliers takes over
Side out.
and hits it right into the net. That's going to be side out, and that's going to take us to a timeout.
Timeout. TV.
So Kovalova and Wright looking to expand their 6-4 lead here in game 2. We'll step aside for a moment. Back at the Baird Wealth Management Open, just outside Cincinnati, Ohio. Mixed semifinal number 1. And the number 1 ranked pairing of Kovalova and Wright showing a little bit of muscle here in this second game day, Fleming.
They sure are. You know, they did not make Championship Sunday at the Tournament of Champions in Utah. They were beaten by a team we'll see coming up in
6-4-1.
Kohler and Smith. So they desperately want to get back, but big mountain to climb here. Force a game 3 and then see what happens.
Well, they're inching closer towards the game 3. They've opened up their lead in game 2 to 7-4.
7-4-1.
And the long return is going to make it 8-4.
8-4-1.
That flip lob by Matt Wright, but then ultimately Wright hits it into the net.
He's questioning whether there's a foot fault on Devilliers there.
8-4-2.
None noted.
That's long.
So a couple loose errors are aiding this run for the top
9-4-2.
seed.
The lob by Devilliers met by the lob from Wright, and then Wright again into the net.
An unbelievable get by Matt Wright, and then complete confusion by Irvine and Devilliers about who's going after that ball. Nobody. And then Matt Wright's trying for the highlight reel finish into the wide open court.
Yeah,
but
he
went
saw
for
that
too
wide
much.
open court, and it just was too salivating.
And Irvine and Devilliers have been stuck on 4
4-9-2.
forever here.
Not anymore. They're working 9 to 5 right now, or 5 to 9.
5-9-2. That's a fault. Your left foot was on the line when you hit it.
Okay, so that's what. So Matt Wright definitely mentioned that on the prior point, didn't get the call. So
That time he does.
do you get an extra? Yes,
9-5-1.
clearly on it. Clearly on it. Great call, Steve Hast.
How about the vision by Matt Wright to see it too?
Yes.
Second serve.
Quickly though, they break the first serve, so second serve now as Kovalova will take over.
9-5-2.
Looking for 2 points to close out this game.
Side out.
And it's a side out.
5-9-1.
Kovalova and Irvine.
Yeah.
And then Irvine
Second
tried to
serve.
speed it up, and the misfire.
Yeah, and even though the outcome rarely comes from that
5-9-2.
cross-court battle, it is the setting up the patterns for this match that's so critical on.
Wow!
Side out.
Impressive display, finally won by Matt Wright.
And a 60,000 decibel yeah to punctuate that one.
Second
But
serve.
unable to do anything with it on the first serve. So 9-5-2.
9-5-2. Side out.
And it's going to be a side out. Now it's Kovalova and Wright who've been stuck on a number for a little while.
Yep. This is where you got to go if you're Irvine and Devilliers.
5-9-1.
Get to the kitchen and then find a ball that Jocelyn can get
Second
involved.
serve.
That's a ball he doesn't need to do that much with. Just help get Irvine to the kitchen line is what he's trying to do there, but went for too severe an angle.
Oh, Matt Wright putting that one away.
Nine, 5-1. Second serve.
They're still stuck on 9.
Yeah, we've seen some missed thirds, a missed serve from
9-5-2.
Kovalova, which almost never happens. Proof that there's no jinx there.
Oh, that was impressive. The Irvine shot that preceded that was impressive, and then Matt just says, yeah, I'm done with this point.
And the other thing you saw there were the ladies' heads up. Irvine and Devilliers did not want to unwind the stack, which means what they're doing there with having Devilliers have to run all the way over, and we're gonna play 3.
Why not? Let's play 3. So 4-11, 11-5. We'll go to decisive third after this timeout. Well, this match has been so fun. Why not play 3 games?
I love it. And of course, we will switch sides at 6. And while there isn't a win factor, we saw on one of the lobs that Matt Wright lost it in the sun. So there is certainly that factor. That was on the side that Irvine and Devilliers are currently on. So here we go.
Irvine and Devilliers did go 3 games in their first match this morning and making it to the quarterfinals.
Point.
Devilliers puts that one away for the first point of game 3.
Yeah, played the very tough youngster Hayden Patriquin and Jade Kawamoto, so took 3 to
1-0-2.
send them to the back draw.
11-5, 7-11, 11-3. Irvine and Devilliers finally emerged.
Foot fault. Left foot.
Foot fault is called on Devilliers.
Side out.
So he's saying no. Netcam, I'm certain, will have an answer to that.
Here's your one.
And it was clearly in. Great call by the referee.
Steve Hast is on it.
Steve's all over it. And you know, we talk about watching tape, and you watch patterns, you watch your own play, you watch what works against players. You also, the players are going to learn that their feet are in more than they think, and the referees are right and all over it.
Side out.
Kovalova unable to catch up to that one. I think that's been one of the great things about pickleball as well now, Dave Fleming, is that, you know, as the sport has emerged and now more and more matches are on tape, you've got more, you can study at this level if you're an opponent and see kind of what the tendencies of the other players are.
You have to do it because you know the opponent is. And if you don't know what your opponent is good and not good at doing, how can you possibly show up with a plan? I talked to Colin Johns about that. He brings a narrative to every match based on what he's seen, based on what he knows the strengths and weaknesses of his opponents are. And Irvine can't believe Devilliers didn't take that.
She was surprised she was swinging at it.
You hear Kovalova encouraging Matt Wright. They're down a couple.
One break away from getting a side out. Lucy and Jay going back and forth. It's all about patience and waiting for your opportunity.
And Matt Wright not doing much.
He's waiting for his opportunity.
No doubt.
Instead, it's Devilliers that takes the opportunity.
Yeah, and it's hard if you're Matt Wright in that situation because you can't just go haphazardly flying in front of Kovalova. And you know, obviously, we talk about trust a lot in this game. He trusts her to get that ball into a safe place, and she's going to see a lot of balls. He knows that coming out here against this team.
3-0-2. And make it 4-0-2. So Irvine and Devilliers enjoying a little cushion here in game 3 and still controlling the serve.
And you wonder if the prior point was in Matt's head as he went to take that ball on the move and missed the forehand volley.
Well, an important break there. They get the side out. I wonder if there had been a point if they might have considered a timeout.
Yeah, you get the free one at 6 when you switch sides, but you don't want them to get to 6 and you have zip.
Exactly. Oh!
So what you saw there is Matt Wright slides in front of Kovalova, but then he slides back to cover his side, and that exact lane was available for Irvine, and she threaded the needle perfectly there.
Sometimes right down the middle is the best place you can put the ball.
Question.
And now here we go. So now it's 4-0.
4-0.
And we're back to that situation. Might you see a timeout if it gets to 5-0? As you said, there will be a side switch when one team gets to 6. And we'll stay 4-0 for the moment, 4-0-2.
And it's this cross-court exchange that's setting up everything. Great job by Wright of getting in there.
And the ATP not able to land in bounds there. So the side out forced.
0-4-1. Point.
And finally on the board are Kovalova and Wright.
And a nice dink placement there on that left foot. It's been mostly cross-court on the forehands. Great job by Kovalova of being able to avoid the Devilliers paddle in the middle and then finding the backhand of Irvine.
Point.
Hear the crowd getting behind Kovalova and Wright a little bit.
2-4-1. I'm watching your feet. Point.
Well, they're going to call the point.
All right, so Wright and Kovalova
3-4-1.
called that ball deep. We'll check it out, I'm sure, here in a minute.
That's out.
And Kovalova
With the ATP. We've seen a half dozen combined in this match.
4-4-1.
Yeah, and that's when you have all this cross-court dinking, that is a danger of going too wide, because that, you know, we talked about, you don't have to go over the net, just get it over there somehow. And
4-4-2.
you turn what you think is a good ball into a big opportunity for your opponent.
Side out.
So side out at 4-4, but Kovalova and Wright will certainly take it. They reeled off 4 straight to get this thing back to square.
Yeah, it was looking like they could have been down 6 at the switch, and now at worst they'd be down 2 and have the chance, obviously, if they get the ball back, to have the lead.
No! Point.
And mentally, that's a big thing. I'm switching sides, and I know I'm closer to the finish line than they are, even if it's just 1 or 2. That's a big thing to take to that side switch.
Ball, okay.
And now Jay Devilliers wants to have the ball switched out.
Irvine always bounces the ball a lot before she serves, but this is just making sure that new ball's ready to go.
Breaking it in a little bit.
Well, if it's a brand new ball, you definitely want to do that to just give it a little wear before you get a point started.
Into the net. We'll move it to the second server. That Durafast 40, it's a durable ball, but I'm going to guess it lasts a little bit longer in my overall play than it does in these tournaments.
There's no doubt about that, Dave. You could probably use one for a long time. These guys go through them quickly.
Point. Score
Obviously, weather affects that too. As you said, if it gets hotter, the ball plays slower.
That's going to take us to the side switch. Irvine and Devilliers leading it 6-4 in this decisive third game. Well, back at the Baird Wealth Management Open, Kovalova and Wright, Irvine and Devilliers. This has been a fun match between these two teams. couple of good veteran pickleball mixed pro doubles
Time in,
teams.
6-4-2.
And on the side switch, Irvine and Devilliers with that 2-point advantage. But you get the side out. I guess that's the one thing. You get the side switch and you are down 2, but you only, because it's the second server, you only got to break them once to get the serve back.
Yeah, you never know what state you will be in when you switch. In this case, they were only on a second server and they got it back quickly. So can they forge a tie or take the lead?
They have not had the lead in this third game. Trailed 4-0 early, came back and tied it at 4, and now moved to 4-6-2.
Great job by Irvine on that last one of reaching into the kitchen.
And the serve going back over to Irvine and Devilliers with the 2-point lead.
And here you see again, if Kovalova goes down the line, that ball has to bounce because Wright does not expect it to go there, so he doesn't have time to fill the middle.
Second serve.
Move to the second serve. Following this one, we will have the other semifinal coming your way. Annalie Waters and Ben Johns taking on Callie Smith and AJ Kohler. The winners of both semifinals will advance to Championship Sunday.
Point.
Oh, and you saw Jessie take a deep breath like, I didn't really mean to go into the what's usually a no-go zone for Wright, but she gets a mistake.
ATP, that time Matt Wright couldn't defend it.
She's so good at it, and Kovalova keeps rolling that top spin cross court, and the top spin pushes it even wider as well. So you have to be patient with an ATP. You got to let it roll out and bounce as far as it can travel, so you can slap it literally like a racquetball shot. Irvine did it perfectly there, and look at that, they got him doubled up.
Yeah, Kovalova and Wright, they didn't have to use the timeout we were speculating about earlier, so this is their first timeout. They have one more available. Irvine and Devilliers have yet to use one, but it's not gone well since they had that 4-4 tie. And here's what we were talking about with the rest of the bracket. So you'll have Kohler and Smith against Johns and Waters in the other semifinal.
And that was the final at the prior tournament, the Tournament of Champions up in Utah, that Johns and Waters took that best of 5 in 3 straight.
Time in 8-4-2.
Irvine and Kovalova. Devilliers gets into the action, and it results in a win.
So you know that area that's safe for Kovalova narrows. Go too wide, ATP for Jessie. Go in the middle, Jocelyn Devilliers forehand. So, and now Matt Wright tries to do too much by taking a ball before that cross-court rally goes, and look where we're at.
Match points, Irvine and Devilliers.
10-4-2.
It is the second serve, so if you can get one stop, you got a chance, but that's not going to go that way. It's going to go long, and it's going to go in favor of Irvine and Devilliers. For the second time today, they've won a 3-game match, this time 11-4, 5-11, 11-4 over the #1 ranked team in the world.
Just pure joy at the end of that match. They played brilliantly, especially once we switched sides, Dave. They were in complete command. And again, Irvine winning that cross-court battle with Kovalova. Devilliers playing clean pickleball, being aggressive in the middle, really impressive, well-earned trip to Championship Sunday.
And that opens up the door for the #2 ranked team in the world, Waters and Johns, to close the gap in the standings, because they still can advance to the finals and win the championship in Cincinnati, but they're going to have to first in their semifinal get past Smith and Kohler.
They are, and again, we talked about this is a Grand Slam, so even more of those points are on the table here. So getting that finals berth for Devilliers and Irvine is big.
We'll step aside. The Lintner Family Tennis Center has more action to come after this timeout.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We're getting to see pickleball as hot as the sun out here today. Jessie, Irvine, Jay Devilliers, you guys are through to Championship Sunday. And Matt and Lucy have given you guys some trouble in the past, but you just looked better today. What went into making this so special?
Yeah, you know, a very tough team. They play very well. They're the #1 seed. So, you know, at that point, Jessie and I came in with a good strategy, and the goal was to do my job and Jessie do her job. And when we do that, usually we played pretty well. So I'm excited that we could win today.
Well, he says do his job and you do your job. What is your job, Jessie?
Just to make balls, and like honestly, just to keep it as unattackable as possible. And then like when I have my opportunities to attack, then I will, because I do have power. But you know, I'm very good at dinking. I like to use that to my advantage, and yeah, I just keep doing that, and then try to set him up as much as I can, and just keep hitting as many balls in the court as I can.
Well, they played you a lot tougher in Game 2. How tough is it mentally to have to claw your way back after winning Game 1, losing Game 2?
You know, for me, I don't think that's very tough. I knew that they were going to elevate and play better after losing the first game. Our job was to elevate as well in the third game. I think we were off a good start. We started 4-0, then they came back, and we managed to close 6-4. So I think that was big to take the lead on the third. But you know, again, like those games are so close, so it's really up in the air at that point.
Well, it was electric to watch both of you. We can't wait to see you both compete on Championship Sunday. And with that, we're headed to our next semifinal in just a few minutes here. You're going to see Ben Johns and Annalie Waters take on AJ Kohler and Callie Smith.